I spent the last few months testing Mailtrap and Mailgun APIs and comparing them on a few important factors. What features each email service provides to maintain high deliverability rates, whether they offer in-depth performance insights, how their infrastructure handles scaling, how they handle dynamic personalization at high volumes, and whether they offer any testing features. Our team looked beyond marketing claims. They scraped official documentation and tested how they handle email sending from within. Hello, and welcome to Mailtrap Videos, where we explore the world of emails. The first criterion I used to compare Mailtrap and Mailgun was deliverability. Because let's be honest, if your emails aren't landing in primary folders because of email API infrastructure, you're losing resources and potentially clients. And in that case, none of the features that impressed you initially is going to make much of a difference. Mailtrap and Mailgun both have strong deliverability claims, but their infrastructures are quite different. To maintain high deliverability rates, Mailtrap has a few key features. Separate streams and endpoints for transactional and bulk emails to make sure that the reputation of one stream doesn't influence the other. Multi-tenancy, which lets you use different domains for different projects, products, or customers so that the reputation of one domain remains isolated from another's. High-quality shared IPs by default, and dedicated IPs with auto warm-up for businesses that send more than 100,000 emails per month. And migration assistance for businesses and enterprise customers with a tailored migration strategy and expert deliverability support. By default, Mailgun doesn't have infrastructure isolation for different types of emails, but it does provide an option to add multiple domains. Different customers can be managed through sub-accounts. However, this feature is available for enterprise customers only. And when it comes to IPs, Mailgun provides access to dedicated IPs at 50,000 volume on their foundation plan, but it's paid separately. It's only included in pricing starting from 100,000 emails per month. Unlike Mailtrap, Mailgun offers deliverability services as a separate product. So if you need a custom deliverability strategy, a dedicated technical account manager, and deliverability optimization tools, you have to invest in higher tier plans of Mailgun Optimize. The next feature I want to compare Mailgun and Mailtrap on is email analytics. A reliable email API should provide clear insights into email performance so that you know what works and what needs to be improved or optimized. Otherwise, you will be paying for emails that aren't bringing in the desired return on investment. Mailtrap provides email analytics with helicopter view dashboards and detailed graphs for key email metrics like opens, clicks, spam complaints, and bounce rates. You get a detailed mailbox provider breakdown, email logs with up to a 30-day retention period depending on your plan, and reports that can be filtered. Domain, stream, provider, category, you can dig deep. Each marketing campaign has its own report to analyze engagement and performance across mailbox providers. Mailtrap also has a webhooks API, which allows you to track email sending events like delivery, bounce, unsubscribe, spam complaint, reject, soft bounce, suspension, open, and click. These can be tracked separately per domain for transactional and bulk streams. Mailgun, on the other hand, has a helicopter view dashboard for metrics like accepted, delivered, failed, and opened. It provides a deeper dive through the metrics tab, where you can select the desired metrics and dimensions. All of this data is combined in a single graph, which makes analyzing trends difficult. However, there is a separate graph for event rates like opens, clicks, complaints, and similar. Mailgun logs can be retained for up to 30 days on a scale plan, but lower tier plans are capped at a 5-day retention window. Unlike Mailtrap, Mailgun doesn't have separate reports or stats for campaigns, transactional, or bulk emails. And similar to Mailtrap, Mailgun has a webhook API that provides data about delivery events such as accepted, delivered, clicks, spam complaints, unsubscribes, and permanent or temporary failures. Webhooks can be configured on a domain level. However, Mailgun webhooks have way fewer customization options than Mailtrap. Alright, we know what to expect from Mailtrap and Mailgun in terms of deliverability and analytics. Next, I wanted to see how these platforms handle email sending when the company grows and email sending needs increase. And here, one platform has a surprising advantage. Before I reveal which platform performed better for high-volume senders, do subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We have a whole playlist dedicated to email API flexibility, where we compare the popular providers. So, check it out. Now back to how Mailtrap and Mailgun infrastructures handle scaling. Mailtrap has a cloud-based infrastructure that scales horizontally by adding multiple MTAs in the delivery process. This is done automatically when the email sending volume increases. This makes sure that there's redundancy, failover, and load balancing. The MTA setup can also be customized to accommodate your business's needs with the help of the deliverability experts. Similar to Mailtrap, Mailgun has a cloud-based infrastructure. It has rapid-fire throughput and delivery SLAs to guarantee fast delivery at high volumes. Apart from architecture built for scaling, Mailtrap also has an automatic back-off logic that queues and throttles emails to balance email spikes and deliver messages without interruption. Both throttling and queuing can be customized and managed by the users if needed. All of that is coupled with no rate limits for API calls. Similarly, Mailgun has automatic queuing to optimize send rates and provides the ability to set up custom queues for bulk emails. The platform has rate limits, but it doesn't disclose exact thresholds. You can increase these limits by contacting support. Both platforms have a batch API. Mailtrap's transactional and bulk batch API endpoints support 500 emails per API call, with a payload size limit of 50 megabytes, while Mailgun allows sending emails to 1,000 recipients per API call. So Mailtrap has a customizable setup that can accommodate even the most specific needs and handle large volumes of emails. While with Mailgun, you may encounter certain internal limits that require extra efforts to lift. Another essential feature that every scalable email API should have is dynamic personalization. I've seen too many businesses neglect this feature and end up with broken merge tags, inefficient workflows, and unhappy customers. So now we'll talk about email templates. Mailtrap has email templates that can be created and managed from the UI using drag and drop and HTML editors, or via the API. Templates operate using the handlebars engine, which supports variable replacement and conditional statements. The customer data can be passed as a JSON object, and the engine will replace the variables with names, addresses, companies, and so on. This is crucial when you're sending personalized emails at scale. Mailtrap allows you to assign categories to templates, where each template equals a category. This makes it possible to A/B test different versions and analyze their performance. Templates can also be tested using Mailtrap Sandbox to see how variables render, whether any of the links are broken, which mailbox providers support which HTML element, and more. I'll talk about Sandbox features in a few, but there's also a send test option to view the templates in different email clients. For easy sending, most of the major Mailtrap SDKs support template sending. Similar to Mailtrap, Mailgun also has templates that operate on the handlebars engine and that can be managed from the UI or via the API. Mailgun templates support versioning using tags. This feature can be helpful when collaborating on a template, or when saving the original for future campaigns, or when testing the performance of different versions. Unlike Mailtrap, Mailgun doesn't provide testing options for the templates. You only get a preview for mobile or desktop. Before I reveal the results I saw with the last criterion of the comparison, I want to share one thing that might be hard to spot behind marketing claims. Both Mailtrap and Mailgun allow users to send all types of emails, transactional, bulk, and marketing campaigns. However, one of them is primarily geared towards developers. Developers. Mailtrap has the infrastructure for all types of emails that it allows you to send. It has API and SMTP for transactional and bulk sending, and campaigns specifically for marketing campaigns. This means that you don't have to switch between platforms if email is your main communication channel. Mailgun, on the other hand, is dev-centered. It doesn't have features that would allow marketing teams to handle email communications without developers' help. And that's for a good reason. These features are offered as part of a separate product under the Sinch family, Mailjet. So, on one hand, you have Mailtrap, which is truly suitable for all types of emails, and on the other, you have Mailgun, which requires developers' involvement and a separate platform for marketers. Okay, let's get back to our comparison. As our final criterion, I wanted to check what testing features Mailtrap and Mailgun provide. Because, as a business, you want critical communications to land in inboxes, and robust infrastructure isn't always enough. Broken emails, high spam score, blacklisted domain, these are some of the reasons that can land your email in spam. And all of them can be avoided with thorough testing. Mailtrap has a sandbox mode that captures all of the sending traffic in a safe environment to ensure none of the test emails reach your customers. With the sandbox, you can access mobile, tablet, and desktop previews. You can inspect HTML and CSS rendering. You can check the spam score and blacklist reports. You can validate headers. And, as I mentioned earlier, you can test templates via the API. The testing process can also be automated with the Sandbox API. Sandbox does also support automatic and manual forwarding in order to preview emails in the desired email client. And additionally, you can use the bounce simulator to check the SMTP client's behavior when the server does respond with an error. By default, Mailgun has a test mode that simulates email sending without delivering the message. But if you need more advanced testing options, Mailgun offers two separate products. Mailgun Inspect helps with testing accessibility, image rendering, and email components like buttons, links, CTAs, and so on. Mailgun Optimize is for testing and managing deliverability with email previews, block list monitoring, spam trap monitoring, inbox placement tests, and more. So, what should you choose, Mailgun or Mailtrap? Mailgun is a solid choice if you have dedicated developer teams that can manage emails and you are willing to invest in a separate product for managing campaigns. However, if you're looking for a platform that can handle all of your sending needs, easily scale as your business grows, and always maintain good deliverability, you should choose Mailtrap. That's all for today. We found out how Mailtrap performs compared to Mailgun. But how does it stack up against other popular providers? Check out our video comparing Mailtrap and Postmark. See you there.